Hello everyone, nice to be with you once again. Now in this lesson, I want to share with you the DateTime function that we have in Excel. Now there are times when you're working in Excel that you may need to work with date and time. And of course, there are a number of ways in which you can use to create your date and time. So let's look at a number of them and how you actually make use of them. Now in Excel, the easiest way to create date is to use the date function. Now the date function will accept days, the month and the year, and then it will convert it to a normal date. Let's see how it works. Now we simply say equals to date, and then the arguments are pretty simple. It accepts the year, the month and the day. That's the argument. So let's just say 2024, and then the month, let's say 05, and then the date, let's say 02, and then you can simply press enter. Now that is a date. We have created a date for a date in Excel, and you can customize your date in a number of ways. You can customize short. This is a short date. When you click here, you can have a long date like this. You have a lot of customization that you can do. You can even go to more number format, and you can do a lot of custom depending on what you need. I've done a video on other ways we can create date, like using the text function to create date. You can check out the description in the video. So this is a date that we have created in Excel. So that is how the easiest way for you guys to create a date if you are working in Excel. And then we have this function that is called now. It's a very useful function which is used to display the current date and time. If you want to know the current date and time, you can simply use the now function. You simply say equals to now. And then you simply have to close your parentheses. You don't have to put anything, and press your enter. It gives you the current date. This is the current date in which I'm making this video. And then if you want to find the time, simply say now, and then just open and close the parentheses, and then you have the time. This is the current time from my location. This is the local time, my location, and this is the current date. Now sometimes you may have, if you use the now function, you may have a date also showing here. For example, if you look at here, the custom, you can simply change it. If you have it as a date, you simply have to change it to time, and then it will give you the current time, depending on what you want. And then you have today, the function called today. Today it will return the current date. The now return both the current date and time. That is what the now does. But today returns only the current date. So you simply say equals to today. This function are quite simple, but at the same time they are very useful. Simply close and press enter, and then it gives us the current date, the same as this. And of course, we have a task that you do repetitively almost every day. You simply can use this function, and you don't have to type the date manually again. So just put in the now, the today's function, or use the now function as the case may be. And of course, we have another date function, which is the date value, which is used to convert a date stored as a text. For example, if you look at this date, and if you look at here, you see that this date is stored as a text. So you can simply use the date value to convert this date into the appropriate date format. So you simply say equals to date value, and then simply pass in your argument and press enter, and then you can see that that's actually, if you now look at it, you now have it as date. Before, if you look at this, we are having it as text, but this is now the appropriate date in Excel. So, and then you have a very important function, the Datedif, which is used to find the difference between two dates. This is a function that is very useful if you work in Excel. You can use it to find the difference between two dates and so on. If you want to calculate date of birth and so many other things like that, the Datedif is the best that you can use. Now, this function calculates the difference between two dates, but it does not come automatically. When you are typing, you have to remember all the arguments and then you have to pass in all the arguments. It does not come up like any other function. So you have to type the Datedif function in full. So just to Datedif, and then you open your parentheses, and then what are the arguments? The arguments are pretty simple. You simply put in the first date which you want to find the difference, and then press your comma, and then the current date. So this is the current date, and then press your comma again, and then what exactly do you want to find? Is it the year, the month, or the date, or the days? So in this case, I want to find the year. So I'll put a double quotation. I'll put in Y representing the year. I'll close the quotation. I'll close the bracket, and then I'll press enter. So date of birth from 17 to 1987 to 2024, the age is actually, the year is actually 37 years. Of course, it's correct. Now, if we want to find it in month, simply have to come and change this Y to M, representing the month, and then you have it. So from February 1987 to August 2024, it's actually 449 months. And if you want to find it in days, simply have to come and change the M to D. It's very simple, and then you have it. So from 17 February 1987 to 15 August 2024, the number of days in between is 13,694. So it's a function that is very useful. So use it often and often. And of course, you can use it for your actually use it for date of birth. You can even use it along with today's function. For example, let's say you want to calculate the number of days between this date, 17 February 1987, and today. Then you can now incorporate the today's function, this particular function, incorporate it. So let's have it. So equals to, simply have the Datedif. Like I said, it does not come out, you have to type it in full. And then this is the current date. This is the date, the first date, sorry. And then now we want to find today. So we want to find the number of days between this date and today. So we simply incorporate today's function. Today's function, you close the parentheses, then press a comma, and then open your double quotation. Now what we want to find is in day. So we put our D in uppercase, we close the quotation, we close the bracket. Now this formula will actually give it to you. So you can see that from 17 February 1987 and today is actually what today's date. Today is actually 14th September 2024. The number of days in between them is 13,724. So the Datedif function is very useful. And then other functions, we have the day function, the hour, the minute, and the second. In case you want to extract those details. For example, let me copy this. I'll simply copy this and put it there, and then I'll copy this time, and then I'll put it there, and then let's do some work. So let's want to find the day. You simply say equals to day, and then we put in this argument. Then so you see that from this date, 14 September 2024, the day function has actually extracted the day, which is the 14th. You can of course customize it depending or what you want. If you want it to show the actual date, the date is 14, but if you want to see the actual date, you can come here, go to more number format, goes to custom. Now this general delete and type DDDD. You can see that today is Saturday. You click on OK, it shows you Saturday. So you can customize a lot of things. And then the hour, from this time, if you want to extract the hour, you can use the hour function, equals to hour, and then just pass in it, and then you see that it's extracted the hour, which is 22. If you want to extract the minute, let's say minute, this is minute, and then pass in the time. It actually extracted the minute, which is 47. If you want to extract the second from the time here, simply say equals to seconds, and then you pass in the time, and then click on OK, and you see that actually extracted it. Guys, this is all I want to cover in this lesson. If you find it interesting, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Have a nice day.